Chief of Mike'sGuitarLessons.com, and let me raise the camera a little bit here. That was the beginning of Gimme 3 Steps by Lynyrd Skynyrd, and what we're going to do here is learn the intro, but there's a couple of things that I wanted to mention. For one, well, at least this first thing, you've got the first guitar part and the second guitar part going on during this song, and I don't want to give you separate parts and have you decide where you're going to cut and go to the different parts. I'm just going to teach you one way to play it all the way through. That way you're not having to worry about that. So at the beginning, the first guitar is going to be playing this part, that section. Then when it gets to it, we're just going to automatically switch over to the second guitar part, which comes in with this part, that section. So you won't have to worry about that, but I'm going to automatically switch that over for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Now let me zoom in a little bit on my guitar here. Now, the way I've tabbed it out is this. I've basically got a D chord up here and then an A chord that we use down here. And with this D chord, what we're going to do is our first finger is going to go across the 7th fret on the G string and the D string. Okay? And you're going to play that as your chord. Okay? Now, what you're going to do is go back and forth between that chord and the 9th fret on the A string. Okay? And this is how it's going to go. First, you're going to play the chord twice. Then you're going to play the 9th fret on the A string. Then the chord 2 more times. Then the 9th fret on the A string again. And then go back to the chord once more. Okay? And the rhythm is going to sound like this. Okay? Now after you've played that, you're going to play the 7th fret on the A string. Then you're going to play the 9th fret on the A string. Then use your first finger to play that chord again. Okay, so alright, now you're going to play 7th fret on the A string again, and then 9th fret on the A string again, and then open on the A string. Okay? And that's your cue to change positions down lower on the neck. So altogether, what we've learned so far is this. Okay? Now after that, we're going to go down here to this A, and we're pretty much going to be doing the same thing. Our first finger is going to go across the 2nd fret of the G and the D string. Okay? And we're going to use our 3rd finger, sum, on the 4th fret of the A string. So what we're going to do, as soon as we get down here, we're going to play that chord twice. Okay, so it's, now you're going to play 4th fret on the A string, and then play the chord 2 more times, back to the 4th fret of the A string, and then the chord once more. Okay? So putting it together, it's going to sound like this. Okay? Now after you get that far, then you're going to play 2nd fret on the A string, then 4th fret on the A string, then you're going to go back to your A chord. It's not a full A chord, but it's the, you know which chord I'm talking about. And then go back to 2nd fret on the A string, then 4th fret on the A string, and then open on the D string. Okay, so just kind of walk it up like that. Now, what you're doing after that is basically going back to the first position you started on. Okay, so all this together is going to look like this. starting it, but it doesn't continue exactly the same. The beginning is the same, but the ending changes. So we're going back up here to our first position, and we're kind of playing the same thing again. Okay, now you can see that's exactly the same as we played it before, so you just go through it again. But now when we come down here to the lower position, what we're going to do is change it up a little bit, and I've also changed some things so we can go into our guitar 2 part easier than if we were playing it another way. So what we're going to do is once we come down here, we're going to play the same chord we had, 2nd fret on the G and the D. We're also going to play the A string open along with it. And what we're going to play is that chord 3 times, but we're going to play it twice together and then once separately like this. Okay, so after you played that chord 3 times, you're going to come up here and go, okay, so it's 7th fret on the A string, then 9th fret on the A string, and then we're going to play 7th fret on the D and the G string like we did before. You see it's going to be 4, 5, 6 times, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be, and that's the rhythm. It's all the same chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And the reason I want our hand right here is because we're about to go into the second guitar part. Okay, all that stuff. So, the one thing I want to point out is these notes here, when you go, those lead-in notes, they're actually the correct notes, but they're a higher octave than is actually played in the song. It's actually open E and then F sharp on the thick E string, but we'd have to get all the way up here, and it's really hard to actually pull that off and be ready for the next part. So instead of playing this, we play this. Okay, so alright, now I know I can't get this finished during this short video, but I can at least start on that second guitar part. Okay, that section that sounds like this. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do there is put your 3rd finger in the 9th fret of the G string, and then your pinky on the 10th fret of the B string. Okay, now I've got these 2 fingers behind my 3rd finger on that G string so they can help me push that string because I'm going to bend the note. What we do is play both strings and then push the G string up, but the B string doesn't move. Okay, now once you get there, you're going to play it 2 more times without re-bending the string or letting it down, just kind of keeping it where it's at. And then what I like to do is when I plug it 1 more time, I like to go up a little bit more and bring it down. So, okay. Alright, now after you do that, you're going to let your 1st finger go across the B string and the G string in the 7th fret, and you're just going to play that. So, and you're going to pause and then play 7th fret again. So, then 9th fret on the D string, and then 7th fret on the B and the G again. Then go back to your chord, play it and bend it up and down. Then 7th fret again across the B and the G. Then 9th on the D. Back to 7th on the B and the G. Then 9th on the B and the G. Back to 7th on the B and the G. You slide it down. Okay, so what that's going to sound like is this. Okay, now that's probably good for that lesson. I'm not exactly sure how much time has gone by, so I better stop the video here. But again, if you want to watch The other videos that I have, you can go to www.mikesguitarlessons.com. And thanks for watching.